What's up, everybody, and welcome, Players of the Realm. I'm your guest DM today for this evening, Marshall. Glad to be here with everybody, and hoping that we'll have a fun time. Just to break the ice a little bit, I was thinking we could go over what are some of y'all's pet peeves. For instance, I know these goblins, they hate when these meddlesome humans come down into their excavation site and start, causing a ruckus, beating them up and everything.
All right, I'll go first. I'm Aaron, and I play Levin, the Tardinal elf. And to be honest, he doesn't really take insults very well.
Insults, all right. Well, I think we heard a lot of that in a couple episodes ago. All right, so next up, who we got? Anybody?
I'll go next. How you doing? I'm one of the Mats. I'll be playing Mech, the Warforged Paladin. And his pet peeve is water. Just large bodies of water freak him out. It feels like he's going to sink to the bottom, and it's just gets everywhere. It makes all the inner parts and that you can't reach get all rusty. It's just it's horrible.
Oh. Fly down to the bottom of a well like old Mando in those couple episodes ago.
It's like his worst fear. You just fall down something like that and just rust and you can't move it, and that's that for all eternity.
I've seen it happen before, unfortunately. All right. I like it.
I'll go. I am the other Matt. I go by Boston, and I play Fennec, the Goblin Shadow Sorcerer. And Fennec's biggest pet peeve is he hates being treated like a child. Whereas he was rescued as a baby and is on the younger side of, kind of player age, or character age. In terms of goblins, he is actually an adult, and wants to be treated as one, and silently resents anyone who treats him like a helpless infant.
How does the image of hopping on another player's back help with that, by the way? Or is that just a fun thing that him and other goblins like to do?
For Fennec, that would be just like something fun to do. It's kind of like, especially like with Mech, where he has spent time with him, like prior to, where we are now. It's kind of like his method or, expression of like, I trust you, like we're good, like that you're kind of in that friend group, but that in his mind doesn't, portray that image where it could in other eyes, but it's more like the treatment of like, okay, like you stay here, or like just that, like, toddler talk.
Yeah. All right, we got a couple, or one or two more left, I believe. Any other pet peeves?
So thing. No, go ahead, John.
No, you go. I'll go last.
No, go ahead.
No.
You spoke first, alright.
Well,
Our comedy duo.
So.
Alright, so I will only say seeing as me, Fennec and Mac all know each other. So Yami, playing as Yami, nice to meet you. Yeah, so Yami's biggest pet peeve would be people who talk a big game but don't back it up.
All right.
So, yep, just straightforward. Just don't say, hey, I'm a great warrior, and then when the fight comes, you're holding back your punches.
Yeah. Well, you guys have been doing all right so far in the fights, I believe. So we'll see how that continues on.
But yeah, that's it. Something simple, nothing crazy.
And best for last, like we were saying.
I'm Joan. I play Saris, the Mark of Shadow Elf. And Saris's pet peeve is she hates having attention drawn to her. It's just she likes subtlety. She likes blending in. She doesn't like to be notice. It's partly that she's not doesn't have a lot of experience with it, and partly because it seems silly and impractical to her to draw attention to yourself, because nothing she usually does benefits from having more eyes on her. So the big shiny Warforged is kind of driving her crazy.
Which will definitely draw a lot of attention. No, of course. So, yeah, and you
Don't
guys
worry.
have certainly. I think you've drawn some eyes from some people in the town, in the city. But who knows? Maybe that's just all in your minds too. We'll have to see.
She's just looking for a long, deep well to drop Mech in.
It's not easy being beautiful.
It is.
Shine
a
bright
town.
like a diamond.
All right.
I do want to give a shout out to one of our viewers, Carly. Thank you for supporting us.
Yes, and thank you to, I believe, Dice Legion for giving us a little sponsorship and everything. If you guys want to go into dicelegion.com and go give them a search and check out their stuff, feel free to, as you're listening to us, mess around and having some fun and everything. With that, what do you guys remember happened last time? You guys somehow ended up in this hole.
Oh no, we found a special elevator where people were making out because the gentleman at I believe the unicorn palace, his kids was getting extorted, and we just felt like doing the right thing. And there just happened to be goblins there.
There has happened to be goblins, indeed. What else? Oh, yeah, goblins in a hole. Who would have thought?
Hey.
You guys also fought a little bit of something, but that died pretty quick from what I remember.
Oh, right. We murdered a bugbear.
Did you murder him?
No,
think
we dispatched him, but I don't think he's dead. He's just
Because it
Yeah.
sounded like he'd been coerced to fight us, and he wasn't really into it.
Oh.
And someone robbed him.
Ooh.
Why? Someone robbed him. Who would do something so underhanded?
Right, in a place like this? Come on.
Yeah, a nice, respectable city like Sharn. Well, all right. And then I believe we jumped into the hole, got into some action and everything else, and here we are, unless anybody else has any other things that come to memory of what happened last game.
for the most part, I just remember we exited the lift and people started
Yeah.
paying attention to the fact that we came out of the lift and we're not supposed to be the ones showing up.
That's honestly, that was accurate, because that's exactly what I remember. We got in a lift, out the lift, and people was like, who the hell are these guys?
I had an epic landing and then failed everything else. I do remember that.
Is epic the word you want to use?
The approach was good. The delivery was bad.
The intent was there.
I do remember gravity did more damage to the party than the goblins.
Yes.
So far. We'll see how my magic dice do against you guys, But I have a feeling that with how everybody is, that you guys got a decent chance. Just a little one.
I believe in placement where we were too. I was here as a child and I was trying to run to that.
Yeah,
I think that was the last thing I was doing.
everybody should be on map, I believe. We can just confirm that we're all in the same place?
I do see the
Yep.
map, yes.
Did you see the map?
Excellent. So, I believe we're also at the top of the combat order. You did hear the child crying off in the distance somewhere. Dark, damp. Like an excavation site of sorts. With that, I believe we are in combat, unfortunately, for you all, and for these gobos. So let us start it off. If there's nothing else, we got Levin at the top of the order here.
That's Lance.
Levin's going to...
Oh, Leonard. Sorry about that. That's not Lance. Sorry about that.
He's going to move further into this adjacent building here. And on the path going into the building, he's going to shout out to Mech. 10 o'clock, Goblin, I think it's going after someone. And I'm going to enter into the building, and I'm going to take the hide action if nobody can immediately see me.
All right. You can take the hide action. Yeah.
Do you need a check?
No, you're good. Yeah, you can take the hide action.
All right, then that will end my turn.
Right. Saris, you are up and running.
Yes, I dashed over here earlier because I wasn't paying attention to where the child was.
For a frame of reference, you see a goblin by himself all of a sudden to your, what do you call that on the map? About like 11 o'clock, by the way. You're looking straight at the map.
This one?
Correct. Because it seems somebody has disappeared from the group.
Suspicious.
Suspiciously, let's call it that.
Be suspicious. Okay. Do I see figures over here too?
Yeah.
They don't look like goblins.
No, it's dim, but they definitely are not goblins. They have a different shape. And it looks like there's at least 2 of them over there.
Okay.
In the darkness, you can see they're fairly decent size.
Do they strike me as bulky like Mac?
One of them, yes. One of them is definitely bulky-ish, but the shadows over there and everything, it's
Dark
not like...
vision.
You do?
I do. I am an elf.
Oh, fantastic. Then you notice that in the black and white of it, that you can make out one figure is particularly larger behind the other guy, who is much slighter. And you'll notice that they look almost metalish. Would be the best way to describe them at a distance.
Like Warforged?
You could assume, yes.
I will announce to the party, I think we have more dance partners. And then, over to the west, I am going to murder a goblin by shooting it with my crossbow. Actually, let's see if I can do this and then this. I feel like that hit.
On that little guy, I think you did.
Cool. I'm still waiting to see if the Warforged over there are going to take any action, but I am wary of them. And then I am going to hit the goblin.
Give me some damage.
I rolled a 6.
6. Okay. Let me get one little thing up. All right. Notice that arrow strikes square into his abdomen. And he recoils pretty tough from that, by the way.
Actually, no, I don't have that. Okay. And then I am going to... Actually, it looks like I'm going to get a dead end there. I'm just going to move my 30 feet this way. I don't believe I have any relevant bonus actions at the moment. So, yeah. I'm going to wait here. That's my turn.
All right. Go ahead, hit the end turn, and we'll be moving over to Yabe.
Alrighty then. So, this one I'm assuming is dead, right? How do I mark it again? This one, right? He's
Yes.
dead, right?
You're correct. He lays dead at Fennec's feet.
Alright, and this one, he's still up, right?
Yeah, he was moving away from you in the last session, trying to gain some space, peppering you guys with some shots.
Okay. And alright, so I see those guys already dead. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 right in front of this goblin. So that's my full movement. And I am going to got here. I'm just gonna swing with my great sword. Alright, yes, I'm gonna attack with my great sword.
All right.
I'm gonna roll that now. And it should roll, hopefully, in... Yes.
And you get a good strike on him. Let me see that damage.
Alrighty, let's see what we got. That'd be a 7.
Ooh, how do you do it?
I'm just gonna hack from his shoulder to his chest.
Okay, so a little diagonal slice into him. Going into it from my understanding. Very cool.
Yep, so I would have used my bonus action if he was still alive, so he's dead. And I don't see anything else this way with my dark vision. I use my movement. I don't want to use my bonus action, and that'll be my turn.
All right. Well, you killed the guy who was coming up next, of course. You just had to do that, didn't you? Go ahead and hit the end turn button, by the way, at the bottom of the combat track.
Sorry about that.
And then I can move my next goblin.
Better goblin.
The one that is severely wounded. So he took a arrow square in the stomach from Saris. He's gonna not go chasing her necessarily, but he's gonna skirt to the side, and he is going to fire off a shot of his own. He's gonna hold up that bow very clumsily, and he is going to take a shot.
Mm-hmm.
So let's roll our... Forgive that I have not used this foundry as a DM much, but let us get this rolling. So we're just going to use a d20, and I will do the math. Right. So we got a 15.
No dice.
No dice. It goes flying over your head. You know, that shaky arm of his isn't going to help him out much. And as he sees that going over, he's going to move a little bit further away. And then that will be his movement. Now we got another gobbo. Where is this guy? There he is. Can anyone even see him? Let's see. Cool. We won't spoil the surprise of what he's doing. And Mech, you are up next.
Okay. I don't see. Right now, I don't see the threat that Saris was talking about. So I'm going to. Yeah,
Mech,
I'm gonna.
Levin did
yeah.
inform you about a
Of
goblin
the-
ducking into a building at your 10 o'clock if you were facing south.
Yeah, and I believe that's the same direction where the child was. We heard that from. So I'm gonna move over in that direction. Where's that thing going? That's about 25. 30 will get me in front of the door. Is the door closed? I believe he shut it or something. I think that's what happened last.
Yep, it is closed.
Is it locked? You know what? I don't care. I'm just gonna kick the door open.
All right. Give me a strength check just to see how that goes.
Oh.
You can use an athletics check.
Okay.
All right.
Sorry, I rolled twice, but I'll stick with the 19.
It's all good. The 19 will do it to get that door in. So, as you do, you smash the door in, and it flies back, and you hear something in the. You hear one of the goblins go, and you notice as the kind of thing that the goblin looks off balance as you're running into the room, and you knocked him back a couple feet.
That's all right. So does that put him at like how far? 5-10 feet away? What do you say?
Can you see him or no?
I think you have him behind the other token.
Oh, yeah, there's another token there. My fault. Yeah, he is a total of 10 feet away, but yeah, if you move next to him, you'll be next to him.
I can't. That's everything was to get to the door.
Oh.
So was the door in action, or can I still take an action?
The door is in action
Okay.
to do the kicking, so.
All right. So after that, I found him. Now let my turn.
All right. We will go to that, and then do, and guess what? It's actually his turn. So, as you kick in the door and kind of gain a little bit of better bearings, you see that there's also another person inside of the room. The goblin, kind of being surprised, whips around and he grabs a child that is manticled to the wall. And his hands are cuffed and so are his feet. And he puts a knife up to his back and says, "Back the hell up or I'm going to got this little kid, and you're going to be to blame for it." I will allow you to respond to him with his threat, by the way. He is using an action to do that, though.
Oh man, that's tough. Okay. All right, not a problem. And I'm just gonna just put my hammer up and my hand up and stay at the doorway.
Okay. And as he finishes his action there, he's going to say, "I said, back up!" And we will move to Fennec.
Right. Did I hear that exchange from where I am?
Let's see. You got a passive perception of 10, correct? You're good. It's away. With everything going on, you can hear that something's going on. That you've heard some shouting in that distance and everything. You're good 100 feet away, 95.
All right. Since I saw Yami right there do that, Fennec will move. Fennec will move to the. Why is it saying I'm going up? Oh. All right, he will move there. That's his 30 feet movement. And is he will he will ready his action to any other hostile goblins that come into his view.
Okay.
Because he's just gonna kind of stand at the top of the ladder and kind of look around, seeing as Yami killed the one he was going for.
All right.
So he'll take the high ground of lookout.
Sounds like a plan to me.
And that will be his turn.
All right. If you want to hit your end turn, I should just remind you guys that at the where the swords is, there's an end turn button.
It
That
always
way-
comes up on your turn, so I didn't see it.
You're 100%. Just want to throw that out as a little reminder to everybody. And then we're at the top of the turn order. We do let you guys have a little convo. If you'd like to do a little meta chat for a brief moment.
I am concerned about the Warforged off to the west. I don't know what their deal is, and I can't see them anymore.
Noted.
I believe I can kind of see them from my direction. But what I need to know is how high is that jump?
15 feet?
Yeah.
Okay,
Correct.
that's what. Okay.
There's also a ladder. There is a
Yeah,
ladder.
that's all the way over there.
It's right next to you.
What?
That's next to Fennec.
That's not me. Yeah, I'm
Oh,
over-
right. Never mind.
Yeah, I'm Yami. I'm all the way over here. But I do have some other means to reach that far, so I'm not worried about that. But if it was alright. So I don't know if, because again, I can see I don't know if that really, I would have to ask the DM on this part because I don't know if I can really see that from my angle.
Mm-hmm.
Because I do see like the corner of it, but I don't know how much I can see. So I don't want to say yes or no. I know I do see this one. Like, I see a piece of something there. But
Yeah.
for the others, I don't.
You can see something over there.
Alright, yeah, so I would know that it says something there, but I probably wouldn't notice him because it's like, I would say more than like a little 3/4 cover.
If Saris, if you're throwing out where the Warforged are and Levin and you guys are here, if you think you would come up and warn me and want to handle this situation better, I'll go deal with that problem.
I did yell out that they're there.
That's
so-
why I'm suggesting it. Like, it's not
Okay.
really, it's stretching. Like,
Yeah.
if you did call it, I didn't see it. So if you like, I'm doing this. If you want to like interject, I'll back off. If that's
Yeah.
what your intentions will be.
Yeah, we can trade off.
Okay.
All right. And I think that's a good time to call that. Now, I would like to ask everybody to make a perception check that is in the area. So everybody, go ahead and roll that for me real quick.
Hey.
Man, that was almost an 18.
There's at least a reason for
I
you to
just
be
got
there.
it.
Don't you hate when you see it and it just slowly just goes another number?
That's what mine did.
Another one. All right. So, Levin and Saris, we do need Yami for you to make the roll for the perception, please. Because I do not see
So
your...
I did. Yeah, I would say I did, but it didn't go through for some reason on the Foundry.
Checking on the log, it's put it at 18.
Where on earth is it? Yeah, he didn't...
D&D
well.
Beyond campaign log, it's in the dice roll.
I see now where he did it.
Yeah, I normally it connects, but I don't know why I didn't. I have to keep probably activating it every time we start again. Sorry about that.
You do.
No worries.
Every time you open the tab for the stream, you have to activate it.
Oh, okay, so then that's why. Yep, alright.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
So Yami, you also noticed this as well. You guys hear like a metallic grating sound behind you from where you guys came from. Almost like the sounds of something moving, some heavy machinery moving behind you. And Levin Saris, you would recognize that sound being the elevator moving. Fennec and Mech, you guys are too busy with the situations at hand, especially you, Mech, dealing with a now hostage negotiation potentially.
Oh boy,
Yeah, exciting.
I don't negotiate with terrorists.
Wait, can I argue?
Roll for that. So,
DM, could Fennec argue advantage on the roll since he's 15 feet from the elevator?
you know, you could. What my perception of it is that you're busy taking a look around the room and everything, so you hear the grating of it and everything, but you don't register in your mind what that sound actually is.
I can live with that.
Yeah. Cool.
I was like, I know my character's not perceptive, but that makes sense.
Yeah.
Nope.
Now, top of the order, we got Levin. It's back to you.
All right. I'm going to post up on the wall here, just moving. Yeah, collides with the wall, of course. Sorry, I'm just making that movement there. Would I post up here and just say that I'm posted against the wall?
Yeah, you can do that. Since the walls are a little bit funny and everything, and with
Yeah.
the grid and all that jazz, so don't worry about that too much, but so long as you let me know.
All right, I'm posting on the north side of that wall and readying an action. When I get a clear shot at the goblin, I'm taking it.
All right.
So ready action, trigger, clear shot on goblin to south.
All right. Saris.
Ceres is actually going to step up behind Meg. I know it's gonna just confuse everything, but she's gonna get there.
Are you small?
4'11".
Oh no, you're medium. or small, yeah.
Mechanically, she's a medium.
Medium.
She's a medium.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, everybody is medium.
Except for Fennec.
Fennec, small.
Oh, true.
I was just checking because you can use me for cover. It might be better to try to hide behind me and get away with it, but never mind.
Since I can't actually move Mech at the moment, but I am sort of gonna like look around behind Mech. It's like, all right, friend, let's make this simple. You want to go and walk away on your own power. We want the boy. Easy trade. Let him go. Run away.
All right. You can give me a charisma check, or persuasion check, sorry for that. Let's see.
Cool.
How he vibes.
Please don't suck.
You're gonna respond with all right, then just back up. Get away from the door now.
I got 10 feet first movement. I assume Levin has heard what I'm doing. So I will back up over to here. I still want to be able to see the boy. Make sure he doesn't do anything. And yeah, I will take a step back and sort of tap Mac on the shoulder to do the same, and also like, there's trouble of the West.
There's trouble on the Western Front.
There is. And that's my turn. And
All right.
turn.
And Yame.
Alrighty then. So, I'm pretty sure I can't hear any of that. So I'm gonna take a 5 feet here at the edge, and I'm pretty sure I could scope. Like, what would I see from this much visual? If you click on my token, it should show you what I see.
You'd be able to see that there is what looks to be like two metallic figures in the distance. You know, they're kind of shuffling around over there. They're not really moving a whole lot, but they definitely are, like, they're standing upright and one of them definitely seems to be like looking over to that right side of the battle.
And this is a good question. All right, thanks. Would it be an action to see if he's standing like ready, or can I just see if he's like dormant?
If you wanted to do a perception check, that you could get more information about what he's doing exactly.
Okay,
However,
fair
with for as a kind of like free-ish, just peek around, that's kind of what you're with at the moment.
Nope, that's perfectly fine. Just want to clarify that. So, I'm pretty sure he doesn't look like a mech.
No.
So, I know we didn't come on no other mechs. So, I'm gonna. Sorry about that. Give me 1 second. Let me see. Actually, yeah. So I'm gonna ready an action. The minute he moves, I'm casting a spell, so I'd be concentrating.
Okay.
And that'll be my turn because I'm not using my bonus action or movement. Well, I'll use 5 feet, but that's about it.
All right. You'd like to hit the end turn. All right. That one's dead. All right. Can any of you go? Cool. So, Goblin A takes his turn. You guys aren't seeing anything at the moment of what he was doing, but just for reference, this was the one that Saris shot earlier. Goblin B over here.
Ah, yes, Goblin B.
Yes. Okay. So linking in the shadows.
I see him.
Yeah, you probably can.
And I mentioned it to Levin. We might be getting flanked by more goblins.
Yeah, Levin and Mech might have to wait until their go around, but I think you guys will be able to go first. So, Mech, it is your turn. What are you doing here?
So as Mech is like by the doorway, trying to back up, sensing everything that's kind of going around. No problem. Just don't hurt the child. And I'm gonna I'll just step over because I believe something's about to happen.
Yeah. You might have heard a whisper in your ear from a certain person.
Like, this seems like a good setup, like a good fucking snatch and grab, so I'm just doing one of those, just getting out of the way real quick.
All right.
Do you have a clear shot? That's why, because I figured that goes first before what I'm doing.
I'm choosing to hold it.
Okay.
Yeah. The goblin is still behind the kid also.
Okay, I was just making sure.
Yeah.
And it's not strictly an automatic trigger, it's just that if I have an open shot, I can use my reaction at that point.
Gotcha. My bad.
Mm-hmm.
So then I'm just going to be like, you handle this, I got this. And 5, 10, 15, 20. Still not seeing anything. I'm just going to drop the torch. I'm going to pull out my shield, and I'm going to take the dodge action. And I'm just expecting something to come from this direction.
Right on.
And turn, boom. There you go.
Dead goblin, dead goblin. All right. So what you'll notice is that the one goblin, he now produces a small key from one of his pockets. He kind of like turns around, and he, with a hand on the young boy, he starts locking the shackles from the wall. So the boy's still in the manticles and such that are tied together, but now he's unshackled from the wall. He's then going to yell out to you all, keep backing up. And he's going to give a little push to the boy, and they're now going to both be at the doorway here. And he's kind of frantically yelling at you two to back up and to keep getting to go and to get away. Let me make one quick little roll. All right. He doesn't seem to notice you, Levin, by the way. He seems to be just eyeing Saris at the moment and yelling at her. And with that, we are going to then move. Or, I should say, would you like to do anything, Levin? Or...
Nope. Until I get a sure shot on him, I'm not taking it. Even if it burns my turn.
Hey. Fennec, you are up.
Okay. Do I need to make a check to go down that ladder?
No, not to go down a ladder.
So
I would hope you could confidently do that.
Okay. 5 and... He's gonna
That's right, it does burn. Okay, yeah, I was just gonna say, it does burn the distance still.
Oh, it does? Yeah, so, alright, so it's 5, 10...
15, and then...
So this would be 20.
Mm-hmm.
25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. So he will go and run, like, right up next to Mech. Like, kind of getting down the ladder, like, alright, what am I missing? And the dash action will be his turn. And he's just kind of getting into the fray with Mech right now. So dash action and done.
Then he goes to a dead goblin. So we're back at the top of the order. We have a brief moment. If you guys want to go over a little meta real quick. 1 minute on the clock, remember.
I'm good.
I'm just waiting to get the kid out.
Yep, Fennec has no clue really what's going on at this, like in this area where you guys are, because you just got here, so he can't really do much.
I think what we wanted to do is going.
Yeah, I'm pretty good.
So do we get to add what's left on this minute to the next minute?
You win. Levin, you are up. If that were the case, you guys would have like 5 minutes accrued at some point, and I'd be sitting here just twiddling my thumbs.
Can't hurt to add.
All right.
Yes, I would like to bank my time.
Levin's going to relocate to over here, still tucking away against the wall, and I'll take the hide action again from anyone that would have seen me cross for any of the openings.
Cool. And go ahead and give me... You don't have dark vision either, do you, or do you not?
I do.
You do? Give me a perception check real quick.
Disadvantage for dim light?
Yes. Thank you for asking. Wow, but the 2 of the same dice. Very cool. How'd you manage that one?
I rolled.
So, you'll notice over there, there's somebody crouching behind a low wall. And he looks like he has an arrow knocked and is pointing it over towards Saris over there.
And Saris is in light. All right.
She
Thank
is
you.
a bright light, indeed.
All right, that was my turn.
All right. Then I believe it is Sarah speaking up.
Yep. Nurse isn't gonna step away. It's like, just hand over the kid. It'll be fine. And she's lowering her crossbow to the ground very slowly.
Okay.
And then holding out one hand, just like as in, give me the child.
Let's see. We'll hear him respond with a like, just keep backing up then, and the kid will be fine.
I need the kid before. That's how it works. Doesn't work that way. I get the kid, you get your life. You hand him to me, and I let you go. Weapon's
Roll
already
a-
on the ground. This is as good as it gets.
Give me one more persuasion, since I believe you're using persuasion rather than intimidation, correct?
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah. Give me one more. Let's gauge his reaction off of that.
Because I put my weapon on the ground, does it have advantage?
No,
Okay,
sadly not.
thought I'd ask. Ooh.
All good. He notices the weapon go down on the ground, but he still seems very, very tense. You know, he hasn't looked outside yet and everything else. He seems super on edge. He keeps repeating, back away, get away from the door, the weapon. Would you like to do anything else? Or
I'm going to take another step back.
right.
Like, not there, because I want to be able to see him.
That's
yeah.
fine. Thinking in that direction. Like we talked about with Levin, some of the walls are a little bit funny. For like little half walls and such.
Yeah, no, I'll take one more step back as a concession. Just kind of like arms, like, look, see?
Okay. Alright. You notice he kind of gets a little sly grin on his face. Doing that.
And
Great. Then Yami, you're up.
Alright, so seeing as these peoples or persons or creatures I haven't moved, and seeing Fennec run down, I'm going to use my movement, which is 5, 10, 30, and then I will take use my action to dash. So I will probably get around, I'm not sure how this would work.
You'd be able to
60 feet, I believe.
Yeah.
I would say
Go
that's
ahead and put
50.
yourself at the
Because
base
one
of
on the ladder is like 10 feet, right?
15, but go ahead and just put it at the base of the ladder.
Alright, makes sense. Alright, so let's double check. And so I'm pretty sure right now all I see is just. Alright, so all I see is Fennec and Mech standing side by side, and that'll be my turn. I'm not using all that's all my movement, my action. I'm not using a bonus action. I'm just trying to scale out the field.
Alright. If you'd like to hit the end turn button, we can hit the next guy up.
Sorry about that. I do definitely forget that.
All right. Hopefully you all can see all those measurements and everything going on. So, Mech, you'll notice an arrow fly out at you.
I believe you got to make that attack at disadvantage.
Pardon?
I took the dodge action.
Yes, he will have to do that. So, let's see if that roll's correct. Does a 15 hit?
No, not at all.
The bolt goes and it like clanks off the like one of your leg pieces of armor. You notice that it is coming from over in this general direction. Buddy, go ahead and oh, oops, wrong button. Like, why isn't he moving? What's going on here?
Looks like I almost took an arrow to the knee.
You almost did. It would have ended your adventuring career right there prematurely. All right. So then we get another thing going over here. Notice. Let's see. What do you two see? Ceres, why don't you also give me a perception check? You deserve one over there. And 11, you already hit yours, so I won't make you do it again. Roll that over. Pun intended, by the way. Don't hate me. Do-do-do. Did you hear that, Ceres? Oh no, I'm talking to air.
No.
We're
I
here.
can still hear you.
We'll get back to that in a little bit then. All right. So, but Levin, you would see that the goblin over there is bringing up that arrow pretty high behind the wall now, and he looks like he is getting ready for something.
All right, I'll address it when my turn comes up.
You'll have to do it then.
Mm-hmm.
Mac, your turn is up now.
So Meg being focused, and then I was just like completely rattled that like Fenric is just all up right next to him. He's gonna try to get in front of you. He's gonna be like, you need to stand back. There's threat, shadows, don't know. I'm gonna hold my action to yeah, unless they get close. I'm gonna just take I'm gonna take the dodge action again. Because I can't see what's going on.
Okay.
And everyone's on this side. Okay. Yep. Always forget. Sorry, there it goes.
All right. To Dead Gobbo's turn, and then we got Mr. Hostage Taker. He said, good. Keep backing up and away. And as he gets out of the doorway with the kid, he's going to kind of like look around real quick. And he's going to push the kid over at you, Ceres. And he's going to make a mad dash. That away. So the kid will be pushed over at you.
Yep. Goblin's as good as dead, I'm sure.
Well, you might think so.
We'll get to that.
Levin, this would be a time for your reaction if you'd like to take it then.
I don't have my reaction. I took the hide action because I crossed a visibility threshold, and I wanted to be sure I was hidden.
Okay. Well then, Ceres, as he throws the kid away at you, you'll notice a goblin fire, or a bolt, an arrow, I should say, comes screaming out of nowhere.
Is it from this goblin?
You're correct.
So, okay.
Why? Oh, because I selected the wrong dude, of course. The apprentice wizard throws a $5 at you.
Yay!
However, with a 10, you notice the bolt goes right over your head and hits the wall behind you. And it is that goblin over there. We were going to try to do a check for that, but we'll pass for there. The goblin goes running away. He turns tail. And Fennec, you are up.
This. I want to see something real quick. I'm not actually okay. Just say the vision looked weird for me. It was like I have 120 feet of dark vision.
Whoa.
Shadows. So this.
You would have seen that stuff going on, by the way, if you were kind of just glancing around. But literally, he came out the door, pushed the kid at Saris, and then he disappeared around the corner.
All right, so let's go. 15, 30. Okay. And would I now be able to see the goblin where the arrow came from?
With that one, since he just fired a shot, yeah.
So
yeah, you can see that.
I'd only be able to hit this one. All right, I'm going to roll me. I'm gonna throw a chaos bolt at it.
All right.
Okay. He's in the fray now. So he would have seen the goblin come out, shove the kid at Saris, and run off?
Yep.
Okay.
You are right.
That's a 15 to hit.
Ooh, the Chaos Bolt strikes. What does the Chaos Bolt look like?
Hold. Hell yeah.
Rainbows.
Well,
Okay.
no, I have to look because
Feel
You have
free
to roll on the table, right?
I have to roll on the table.
Oh, fantastic. I love that.
This is going to be psychic damage.
Ooh, fun. You
Scanners.
Hold on, now I'm rolling the damage.
Oh, okay.
No, I rolled 7.
Damage type. Okay,
No,
cool.
no.
Oh, right.
It's only letting me choose cold or lightning. Alright, regardless, it's just going to be psychic roll. So that is a total of 11 psychic damage to said goblin.
Ooh. You notice he like drops the dagger, grabs his head, and lets out like a shriek of massive pain as he then like falls face first into the dirt.
Okay. So during that, you had asked me like what it looked like. Now it kind of you will actually see. So Fennec's hood is actually down. So you will actually see the scar on his face kind of glow a little purpley as he casts the spell, and he just kind of like raises like his hands up and is like almost like twisting as if like he's like twisting the mind.
Ooh, okay.
And yeah.
All right. And he face plants right into the ground. You might surmise that he might have died right there.
Can he like use like a quick interaction with the other goblins? Like just kind of like a quick thing?
Yeah, you can yell something quickly if you'd like.
So in deep speech, he will actually yell out, "Who's next?"
Okay.
And that will end turn and go. Done.
Right. That will bring us around to the top to Levin. I think you guys have a good handle on the situation. Do we want to bank that minute for later? Not that you can, or should we?
I'm okay with jumping the gun on my turn.
Take the minute.
Or shall we go over? Would you like to go over anything?
Shoot
Nah,
the J.
it's fine. I'm fine.
Yeah, pretty good.
All right. Let's hit it then. Levin, you are up.
All right. For the one that recently fired the arrow, from my position, I'm going to shoot him with my hand crossbow.
All right.
He's roughly 25 to 30 feet away.
Yeah.
Given that I hid the previous turn, would I have advantage on this?
Advantage. Yes, we could do that. I like it.
All right. 15.
15 strike. What is the damage of it?
9 pierce.
Oh, describe his death.
The bolt is going to streak through the air, and it's going to go right underneath his chin and out the back of his neck.
Oh. All right. Brutality.
I'm ruthless, not bloodthirsty. And if I don't immediately clock hostile individuals, I'm going to go back towards the north end of the building.
Okay. I don't think you see anything in particular.
Well, that's just like a passive look, really. I'm not searching.
Yeah, I'm giving you. I'm watching you move across, of course, and that you're not really noticing too much new information.
All right, I'll end my turn then.
Right. Saris, you avoid, got thrown into your arms.
Yep, I grab him and scoop up my crossbow at the same time. Just look him over. Are you alright? Mostly there. I like checking arms, legs, head.
He's all. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just making sure he's like mostly intact.
Yeah, he seems to be. He doesn't respond to you when you say anything to him. He just kind of like looks blankly out at you and kind of into the distance as well as you're kind of like peering over him, making sure that he has both arms.
Can I? Okay, when I see that expression, I'm gonna do a slightly more thorough check to just. Is he in, like, what, like, is he all right? Like, what's going on with that that stare?
Okay. Just for clarification, like you're trying to gauge his mental state or a physical state?
Well, this sounds like more of a mental thing. He's got like a 1,000-yard stare. Sounds like or a vacant one. What you're describing just seems off. Seems like he'd be more at the prospect of freedom. Saris is expecting a little more animation.
Go ahead and give me an insight. We can maybe give you some more intel.
14.
Okay. With the 14, do you notice, judging on his demeanor and the stare that he was giving you, you're right to infer that he does seem to have dealt with a good amount of trauma over the last couple days. or even it might have been weeks that he was being held down here. You can't, I don't know if you quite remember how long he was down here, but he doesn't really seem to be in very great shape. His face is gaunt, pale skin, eyes are a little bit sunken.
That goblin's lucky he's already dead. Alright, well, I have my crossbow. I assume checking him over was my action. But I will take a step over this way and just kind of hold my crossbow at the ready and just, be ready to protect the kid.
Okay. Sounds like a good idea to me. But what do I know? I'm a bunch of goblins trying to kill you guys, so.
It's true.
3 goblins in a trench coat.
Ooh, always dangerous. Better watch out for those.
One goblin in a trench coat's enough.
That'd be an adorable trench coat.
No, I'm more worried about 3 goblins in biker shorts.
Oh, that's an image.
That's dangerous for different reasons.
Yeah, this is starting to become Fist of the North Star with these references.
But so we got Saris. I think you have ended your turn, though. We're up to Yami. You're up.
Okay. So I would have seen Fennec take off that way. I see Mech standing there. I see Cyrus with the boy here. So I'm going to move about 30 feet here, right next to Mech. And I'm going to quickly say, be careful over there. I saw some other shinies. As I look Mech up and down, as he always refers to himself as tiny. So, I will use my action to take the dodge action, like Mech did. And stand ready. And that'll be my turn.
And with that, you guys are standing now in what is a quiet, dark hole. And we're going to go ahead and go to a break, everybody. We're going to give you guys a couple of minutes here to you do anything you need to do, and we'll be back. And we will finish off what is going down in the hole.
Right.
Perfect.
And welcome back, everybody. We are down in the excavation pit. The party has just taken out a bunch of goblins. And Mech, I believe you are up next. What are you going to do to investigate this current situation that you are in?
Well, I'd probably just go and find and regroup with the rest of the guys.
All right. Anything in particular? You should say to regroup, or are we just gonna hang out in the middle of that little pit there?
Mostly just go to regroup.
Yeah. I'll walk the kid over here. Wait, are we still in turn order?
No, we can actually go ahead and end that. Auto assign XP. Who needs XP?
Slowly raise his hand.
What? You guys want to level up? What? Who would? Crazy.
So technically we're out of combat, correct?
You are now out of combat, correct?
Right.
Mech, what's going on? Does the kid Fennec went off on his own?
Oh, Fennec is like right next to the kid.
Yeah, he's right there.
Literally
I know,
next to Cyrus.
I know. I'm just mocking him.
Levin's gonna step out and call out, "The lift's moving, we don't have an exit."
Well,
Who,
Just make a new one.
who would be calling the elevator or the lift?
I don't know,
I don't know
but
what
we
the
have a
fuck
few
to
minutes.
get out.
So do we want to clear up the bodies and assess?
Should we really
I'm
waste
gonna-
time cleaning up the bodies?
Well, considering that the person or persons that might be coming would probably be interested in the fact that their guards are dead, either we hide the bodies and hide ourselves, or we hide ourselves and let them deal with the mess.
Ambush
Is there
the
any
elevator.
other way out of here, or does it seem like the lift's the only way?
I don't mean
We
to
haven't gotten a
interject,
look around.
but there are a bunch of other mechs over there. Warforged or workers.
And if they're in the
Yeah.
same situation that Cole was, then they're probably not here on purpose. Or at least not for their own purpose.
also there's no light here. Aren't they unable to see in the dark?
I assume that their employers don't care about that too much.
Alright then, let's clean up the bodies and get ready for an ambush.
So
Or
we're
we-
gonna free the
When it
workers?
comes down.
Why don't we just ambush the elevator?
We could do that. Just a moment, please. I'm gonna go over and I'm gonna inspect Caden.
Already did. Already did. He's as well as could be expected for his circumstance.
So, just looking him over, I would see that he's like ill-fed, ill-hydrated, and just stress symptoms.
Yeah. He's covered in filth, and as you were saying, doesn't look like he's been fed well and everything else. If you were to peek into the little shed over there, you notice it's basically a really crappy shed with a little chamber pot in the back corner, and there is just a little like piece of cloth for a bed.
Ugh, disgusting. One moment. Sorry. Caden, was it? I'm gonna see if he responds to his name.
He does look at you, but he looks kind of not just like now the 1,000-yard stare, but also somewhat like shocked by the situation.
Your father has put in a great effort to make sure that you're safe. Do you mind if I check you?
You kind of see his mouth move a little bit. and he doesn't move physically otherwise to stop you or to look more agreeable about that.
Okay, I'm gonna go around to his back and I'm gonna check the manacles that he's got on his hands and feet.
They're good pieces of iron. It's going to make moving him a little annoying. But
And I'm assuming that these manacles are at least somewhat kept and they'd be harder to break or something.
Well, you could try to do something about them. They are sturdy iron. There is a couple locks on each of the binding ports, where on the ankles and the hands.
Do they look like complicated locks?
Manacles don't have a benefit when they're complicated.
Well,
They
I
do
just
not
mean, but not by complicated. I mean, like I don't have actual thieves' tools, but I have the proficiency, and I was thinking I could use an improvised tool of some kind to try and just pop them open, get them off of him.
You could try, yeah. They're magical locks, so you're correct into thinking that they're not terribly complex or anything there. Think just large pieces of iron literally wrapping around where the wrists or the ankle are, with then like a small piece coming out from there where there's like a little keyhole.
Okay.
All right. If I'm not, sorry, real quick. If I'm not noticing anything funny with the manacles, I'm gonna start moving along towards where the goblin I shot was.
All right.
Yeah, Fennec's gonna investigate a couple of the bodies.
Like, I'm gonna start my process of doing a once around to see who else is down here in the pit with us.
All right. So Levin, we'll come back to that search around. We have Fennec searching a body, just so I kind of get a vibe for what everybody's doing. Saris, you're going to be picking the lock or breaking the kid out of the manacles.
Yep.
And then
opening up my mess kit and like breaking a couple tines off the fork in it. Just gonna use that as an improvised lock pick.
You don't have a hairpin?
No.
These tools are expensive.
Well, then if you had one of those, you definitely would be able to do it easily. The other three, just so I kind of get a vibe for what you guys are doing, what is going on over there with...
While they're handling that, Mech is going to approach the other two, and you notice his eyes are actually still red. He's like, while they're handling that, we should ambush the elevator.
Okay. I think Lance was moving in that direction also. And Yami, are you joining them over there, or are you staying over by the group to the southeast?
I'm gonna follow Mech. Like,
all right,
they got this over there, so I'm gonna stick with you guys, and I'll move like right there.
Yeah, you guys can set yourselves up on the north side of the map if you'd like to kind of get in position, or however you'd like, while we go over.
A
dead body.
Never mind.
I'm gonna remind Mech that there were again the workers over there. So are we gonna leave them here, or we're gonna keep going?
They don't seem to be a threat. Leave them
It's
be.
not that they're a threat, but you don't want to let them free. They could be help.
I don't think there's much need for deception, to be honest with this. They either mean us harm, we deal them in kind, or they don't, and we just get back ahead.
I mean, if they're not here by choice, but again, that's up to you. I'm just offering suggestions, but if that's what you guys want to do, all right. So I will. Sorry about that. What the heck? I will definitely just be right here.
Yeah, I want to be right in the front, like as soon as the door opens, like just ding dong right there.
Yep.
Sounds to me.
And
Ding
I'll be
dong
ready
punch.
up in action.
Fennec, as you're searching over the body, give me an investigation check real quick.
Whoa. Asian, come on. 18.
All right. So you're looking over him. Find about 8 pieces of gold on him. He's got a little dagger that you saw him, holding up to the boy. You also find a little key hidden, like, underneath his body as you're flipping him over. Seems to just kind of like it's just some random key that he was having. Because I don't believe you saw him unlock the manticles earlier, did you? When he was inside.
No.
So you're probably a little unsure about what this key exactly does.
He's gonna pocket that key so fast.
All right.
And he'll take the dagger and the gold.
Oh yeah, you're the key guy.
I mean,
That's
passing by him, I think Levin would have at least spotted him, like, motioning something into his pockets, not necessarily what.
How stealthy is Fennec being about this key?
He's not trying to hide it, but he's not bringing attention. It's almost like he's just kind of like, as if you were looting something. He's just kind of like,
Ooh, shiny.
Yeah, like Goblin is as Goblin does.
So yeah, you probably would have seen him picking up the key, looking at it funny, then going to put it in his pocket or wherever he keeps all those keys at.
He will make the comment like, oh, wonder where you go to, and then he'll pocket it. Like he's not hiding it.
So yeah, Levin, you would see the key if you want to.
Yeah, you would see it.
Passing by Fennec on my way towards the, would I have seen the Warforged over by the goblin that shot over here?
Yeah,
like,
you can
as I'm making my rounds.
Yeah, you can make out that there's at least 2 figures over there. It's a little bit elevated, so you can kind of like see. You can see the one like shoulder and up, and then the other one is like just the top of his head.
All right. I'm just gonna say to Fennec that might go to a couple of locks here, and I'm going to ascend the wall. It's 15 feet high over here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna jump up, grab the top, and pull myself up to that level.
Okay.
Yeah, Fennec will follow with the key. Like, all right, go take a look.
I'll turn around and like lean my hand down while laying down on the floor to try to grab Fennec up if he jumps toward me.
Like, you're gonna give him 10 fingers?
No, as in one arm, because I still have to brace my body against the ground in case, I'm helping pull you up. Like, you might not make the height of the jump.
Oh, God.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. All right, yeah. He's going to Fennec will try and jump to grab the hand.
Cool. For funsies, give me an acrobatics.
That's an 8.
I was gonna say.
Ooh. You're not quite tall enough to get to that hand. He might have to give you a little bit of a boost, but in the end, you are able to scamper up a little bit of the rock face and then grab a hold of his hand. But you do kind of flail there for a brief moment, jumping, and your fingertips are just out of reach.
I'm just gonna throw out the comment, we probably both should have used a ladder.
Well, no one has to know.
I don't know what you're talking about. And I just wink.
You'll see a grinny little smile come across him.
But turning towards the Warforged, I'm just going to give them a once-over and see if they're bound in any way.
They are. They each have one magical shackle attached to the wall by their ankle. So, less intricate than the boys, but you might infer that. They kind of don't really like respond to you too much when you come up.
I was going to say, are they like operational?
Yes.
They're living.
They're looking at you guys and everything, but it's more out of like curiosity and maybe like a little bit of hope from them than anything else.
Fennec will approach one with his hands kind of peacefully. We're here to help. Don't kill me. I'm not one of, and he'll kind of gesture to the dead one next to him. I'm not one of them. I look like them, but I'm not one of them.
Fennec, please. Just see if you could do something about the lock.
He will pull out the key, show it to the Warforged, and try to unlock the shackle.
Yeah. And as you pull out the key, you notice that the Warforged actually kind of kicks his foot out a little bit to make it easier for you to reach towards him. As you're doing so.
Okay.
And you go unlock the first, unlock the second.
So the key does work for these.
I was kind of hoping it had a little bit more use, but this works.
You
Hey, any use for a key is good.
And then you notice that the Warforged then taps you on the shoulder, Fennec, and points over in this direction. And then kind of motions for you to come with him.
What is it, boy? Okay.
Fennec.
You'll
You hear him just kind of reply with a short metallic follow as he then as the two of them head over into that direction.
All right, we'll both follow them. What's
And
happening over by the lift with the other guys?
Yeah, we're getting over to. We'll go piece by piece. So Saris first, and then we'll go over to the other three.
Okay. I am gonna try and get this lock off the kid.
All right.
I am going to give myself a little bit of guidance on that. Give that a little boost because I feel like I'm gonna screw this up.
Do you wear gloves, by the way?
No.
No. Okay.
Oh, wait. She does, actually. It's in the art. She has, these fingerless gloves.
Fingerless gloves. Okay. Good to know. Just asking.
And Dex is 9.
I believe with it you could use a sleight of hand if you would like to try that as well.
Really?
Yeah, unless you're you're picking the lock of the key or the holes or whatever. Or are you trying to break the manacle open?
I'm just trying to pick the lock.
Yeah.
Alright, if I can use sleight of hand, I'll do that instead.
Yeah, it's a little more improvised and all that. Go ahead and do it.
And I will do it with guidance and the
Blessing of the Trickster?
no, that's only for stealth, and I can't do it to myself.
Fucker.
What is the thing? Yeah, it's weird. What is the thing? Wait, no. Cunning intuition. Oh, it's stealth. Okay, so I can only add the 1d4. All right. $25?
25. Okay. You're able to jimmy the locks open using your. What are you using again? A couple little kitchenette tools?
Yeah, I took the fork out of my mess kit and I broke a few of the tines off.
Okay. Deal. I can take that. Right. Using that, you pop open the locks on him. And you notice then after you pop the last ones off, he gives you like a embrace and a nice hug there. And he kind of is holding you, not like terribly tight, due to his weak, what you perceive as his weak body, but he's not letting go immediately.
Sarah's tenses up. This is not something she's familiar with. She just sort of gives him a little pat on the head, like, there. And, alright, let's be off. Don't want to stay here too long. And I can probably see my friends bracing for whatever's coming down, and I don't want this kid to get in trouble or get caught up in or get shot. So I'm going to tell him to wait right here. We're going to hide in the shadows and see what happens. And at this point, I'm going to reload my crossbow and get ready for anything that might happen.
Okay. And then you feel free to move yourself over to the position, and I'll move the boy with you. And elevators. What you got? How exactly are we prepping for it? Are we just waiting? Well, I know Mech is saying he's waiting right in front of the doorway, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Then Lance and Yami, how about you two? Over. Yeah, we got the boy moved over there with you. Okay. And you notice that the elevator isn't moving. You don't hear anything moving on the little, the mechanical bits. The rope and chain aren't moving at all.
There's a call down button to the people by the elevator.
There is a button. It's just sitting there. You notice
I'm
the little.
gonna press it.
Okay.
As everybody's just standing there ready, I'm like, all right, I guess it's me. So I'll go and press the button, pull it down.
You hear the stuff start whirling up, and the elevator in the little arrow at the top of the elevators that you see in the old timey ones start slowly moving towards the other end of the pendulum.
Before we get down, I'm gonna go back to my regular position. All right, push the button. I'm like, all right, back to where I was.
Okay. I'm gonna hold that tension for you guys over there for a little bit more. Are you over? Is Levin and Fennec freeing the other guys over there, or are you guys preparing for the elevator?
I'm just preparing to see how the encounter turns out.
For Levin, he's going to, if Fennec is agreeable, we're going to free these Warforged, and I'll ask, are there any more of you down here?
Yes, and it points over into the southwest corner.
Fennec, do we let them sort themselves out, or do we go and free them?
We're able to see what's going on with the elevator right now?
Yeah, you can see everybody's prepped over there as you guys are walking over and everything. You you probably started, if you started to untie anybody, as you're doing it, you see Yami go over and press the button and then scurry back over to get ready for whatever's coming your way.
I think he'll look over and then he'll look back at the mech near him and he'll hold up you unlock friends, we help our friends. He's nodding his head up, he's shaking his head up and down.
Fennec, they can speak just fine.
Yeah, he nods yes and holds his hand out for the key.
Okay, so he will hand over the key and then he'll look at Levin. All right, I think we gotta go. Something's happening over there. I think we need to be part of.
If the Warforged are making their way over towards their friends, I'll just tell them, we'll secure the lift and make sure that all of you can get out of here.
One of the ones that wasn't like doing the manticle, like the unlocking, he said he like gives you a nod and says thank you.
You'll hear Fennec, "You're welcome," as he's running.
If any of you manage to run into Cole, I'm pretty sure she can maybe assist with whatever you need to just... Well, I don't know, but hopefully Cole will be able to help. And I'll start making my way over towards the lift.
All right. Then we have the lift. As Fennec comes running over, you notice that the hand on the little like elevator thing, it's almost at the very bottom of it. And you can hear like as the three of you or four of you, are all like right there in front of it. The very bottom of the elevator comes sliding down, and the big metallic doors in front of it come into view. And then with a large jolt and almost like a little bit of a dust cloud coming out of the very bottom of it hits, you hear the metal doors start sliding open, and there's nothing in there.
Huh.
Oh. Well, that works. Max gonna twitch a little bit, and his fucking eyes are gonna like change back blue.
Can I inspect it? Like, can I like do a perception check or something to like really give a good look into the elevator, see if something's off about it?
Yeah, I believe it'd be more of an investigation, but
Okay. Nope, that's fine. If that's
How long is the elevator? Like, how long does it take to travel up and down?
it took a solid like it felt like forever, but it was probably closer to like 5 minutes.
Damn, we're really down there.
Oh yeah, you guys are deep right now in the down there.
So yeah, I'll let you that perception or an investigation. It's fine.
Yeah, go ahead, and you might figure out different information depending on what role you use.
So it's up to me. All right. So I would definitely go with perception if I can choose, because I got a 5.
All right. So with a 5, the elevator is empty.
Like, it looks pretty okay.
You do have a feeling, though, that you're forgetting something in the back of your mind. And then
Sally,
you're kind of looking around. What do you do then?
yeah, Sally with me, I'm gonna forget a lot of those things. So I'm like, yeah, it looks alright to me.
Did you find what you were looking for?
And comes back down.
I didn't really
There's
go
nothing
inside
in
and
it.
look. I'm sorry, go ahead, Lance.
So it just comes up and comes back down with nothing in it for no reason at all.
Well,
Probably
technically, I
goes-
did push the button. Because it sounded like something was happening, but it didn't activate until I pressed it. So I do understand what you're talking about, but...
If Levin is approaching the elevator, what happened to the individual we knocked out?
We had him tied up, didn't we?
I'm upstairs.
Right, and did we leave him outside of the elevator, or did we leave him in the elevator?
Didn't we drag him out?
No, I think we left him outside. I don't think we put him in the elevator.
Well, if
I
the
thought
elevator
we
was...
dragged him with us specifically.
Just as a brief recollection check, does anybody remember if we actually brought him onto the lift?
I don't think
We
we
left
actually
him up.
did.
I specifically remember like us doing a check to drag him with.
I remember the drag, yeah.
I don't think it was to the elevator. I think it was to get him off the road.
Yeah, this is that. I think the road as well.
Yeah, that was to get him out of sight.
Yeah,
I thought
it wasn't to the
that doesn't
elevator.
make much sense to me. Why we would just drag? Like, I thought we dragged him with.
I mean, we could be wrong, but I remember just taking him out of sight, like off the road.
Then who called the lift?
I think it probably gives up on its own after a little bit, because the last thing they want are the people down here walking on the lift.
The ones that were chained to various parts of buildings and walls.
Either way, we gotta
But
get
just
back up.
Well, we do have to secure the top of the lift to let the rest of them out.
Mech, did you see anything weird down there when you was out there? You seem to take a very defensive position.
I just, I don't know. It's instincts, I guess.
Well, then what do we want to do? We have to go up and secure the top end.
Well, I'm all for the lift.
Do we take the boy with us?
I don't think we can leave him down here.
So
He's
the
not
boy
gonna-
should.
He is
Sorry,
not going
good.
to take that well.
The boy
Right,
should
there's
always stay
something-
with us.
But if there's something at the top of the lift, he'd be in danger.
He's probably going.
He'd probably
Boy's in
be
danger
more
regardless.
dangerous if we leave him on his own.
Well, he
At
won't
the
be on
very-
his own.
If he's with us, he's safer. At least we can take care of him. Can't do
Yeah.
anything if anything happens down here.
Can we all fit in the lift?
I don't think we can fit, and I'm noticing the rest of the Warforged approaching as this talk's going on.
Yep. You guys will steadily notice that more of them are trickling in and over.
Well, we all fit to come down. We'll go up. We'll secure the area when the elevator comes back down.
Maybe the Warforged can watch the boy while we go up and take care of what needs to be done. There are quite a few of them.
No,
I'm
the boy does
not
not
going
leave
to-
our sight.
I'm not going to recommend that either.
Max gonna get a little aggressive. Like, no, we're not leaving
It's
the child.
it's our job to secure the hostage. And
Fair enough.
I,
That's more idea.
Levin,
Yeah.
like his shoulders kind of sink at the mention of hostage.
It's not
All
a
right,
smart
so
idea.
keep him towards the back, the furthest part of the elevator.
It's not a smart idea to leave a kid on his own.
We won't.
And we can't leave him with anyone that can't take care of themselves currently. So leaving him with the other Warforged here is not something I would recommend.
I can,
Yami looks
I can
around,
stay
he
with
definitely agrees with that. They don't
Actually,
look like they
me
can
staying
clear
with him.
themselves.
Me staying with him, probably not a good idea.
As you guys are talking about all this, by the way, the Warforged start filing into the elevator, by the way.
Well, I guess we'll
Well-
just take the next one.
And once they all are in there, they press the up button and they start ascending.
Well, I guess that'll answer the question for us.
You notice that it gets up to the top again after about 5 or so minutes. It's the little arrow stops on the far right side, and then that's it. You're still sitting in darkness.
Fennec, can you push the button?
He's gonna go over and press the button.
All right. And it starts
Can I reach the button?
Yeah. It's about like head height for you.
There's goblins in this place that work here, so it's got to be goblin height.
True. Good pickup, friend.
No, not going to be so mean where you have to jump up and press the button like that. That would be
Better
almost-
person. You're a better person than I am.
This is a handy-capable lift.
So after another 5 minutes, the lift comes down with a nice little clank, and everything else. The door is open, and again, there's nothing in there.
All right, everybody in.
Keep your hands and feet clear of the closing doors, please. Bing bong.
Only I remembered how to do this in Spanish.
Floor, please. Key, please.
All right. So, press the button. Starts going up, 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 up.
Sarah's as the boy in the back of the lift with she's got the two of them furthest back and using everyone else as a shield.
The good old human shields. The best kind.
Yep. Well, if we're protecting the kid, we're protecting the kid.
I will be using my shield as a shield.
Human shields. Human shields, that's why I play goblins.
I was going to say, the goblin would probably be the best shield of all, but I'm not judging you guys.
Oh, he's duct taped to the front of my shield.
I would like to see someone to try.
Strap Fennec to my arm now.
You want to see a goblin pull on the darkness of the shadows?
No.
So, after 5 or so minutes, I'm guessing you guys feel a little bit tense from the way everything's coming along. You slowly see on the inside, there's also a little ticker that's showing how far up you're going. And then as the arrow gets to the far right side again, you feel the elevator come to a stop. And the doors slide open into the back alleys of Sharn.
Well, we have an objective. Back to the Unicorn Palace.
Unicorn Estate.
I know,
Unicorn Palace
quick.
is a very different thing.
It's
Well,
lavish, but it's not that lavish.
That was fun. We should do it again sometime.
Well, let's get Caden here back to his father quickly.
Agree.
I'd suggest we get him back to the Kalishtan estate.
At the very least, Swords wants somebody who can take care of him.
Someone who's interested in getting him back.
I think Alden is interested in getting him back. He's just bothered by the situation as a whole.
Which is why he moved heaven and earth to get his boy back.
Because he's... Everyone reacts to stress differently. Some people would prefer that others don't get involved, whereas the Kalistar was a little more
Proactive,
actively.
willing to get things done, looking after the best interests of the child. Yes, I agree.
Well, he was of the mindset that the child was going to be dispatched regardless of how this went down.
Yes, I would rather see the boy in the care of someone smart as opposed to someone stupid.
Well, to be fair, this could have gone either way.
Trucks.
Stupid,
So-
yes, but he is still his father.
Levin's gonna take a step out of the lift and just give a once over for the surrounding area.
Cool. You can make a perception check. Your passive is showing nothing, though, at the moment. But if you'd like to actively search a little more.
My passive is a 17.
Yep. Passive is showing regular folk down the alleyway. You don't see anybody around the corner immediately. But if you'd like to do any more thing
I'm confident with just general awareness.
cool. Then
But Saris is gonna look around. She's
All right.
as fuck.
you may go ahead and do that. Yes, most of you got with everybody.
But focused on the child.
As you're kind of like walking onto the street, catch a glimpse of someone eyeing, stall teller, like giving you a stare for a moment, and then when you go to look back at her, it looks like she was just talking to somebody else completely.
Far away are they?
Far distance, yeah. I would say probably that person was about 70 feet away.
I won't worry about it.
Yami, not noticing much, but yeah, you must be on high alert.
Yep, actually, that sounds just like me.
So, are we proceeding to the Unicorn Estate? Is that what I was inferring from everyone?
Yes. Because we are definitely not fit to carry a child around long term.
You could, you could try that. You could try that out as a campaign, maybe. That would be certainly something.
We don't need a pet.
I would say we don't need two. Me and Mac already got one.
Oh.
Can I insight him to see if he's talking about me?
I think it's obvious. I think with a passive of 10, you might be able to pick that up, buddy.
Yeah,
His insight's 12. Thank you.
I thought, I think you got it.
I think we'll just look at Really? Pet?
I'm not a pet. I'm a kid.
First I was your ward. Now I'm
As I look at him like, oh.
I don't think he's a pet. Nor do I think he's a child. He's just small.
Oh.
Levin's gonna leave that conversation and scout ahead.
All right.
Sarah wants distance for whatever's about to explode over there.
This is no longer a child-friendly conversation.
Like that married couple you just avoid.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
I really wish Mac had said that in character. I think it was all right to throw mud on you.
Ooh. Sounds like. All right, cool. Well, you guys are able to proceed to the Unicorn Estate. Let's get you guys out of this mess. Let's pull you somewhere a little more interesting to look at for the moment. And as you guys approach the Unicorn Estate, you'll notice that one of the entrance guards sees you all approaching, and he says, "Hail, what have you?" And then as he sees little Caden, he says, "Miss, quickly, go send for Alden, quickly now." And he then ushers you guys through the door as the other guard goes to rush up into the inside of the estate. He says, "Please, go to the room on your left." And let me pull that up real quick.
I'm just going to whisper over to Saris. Do you need to take a moment to alter things?
She changes her face back. She casts Sky Skelf again to look like Levin's assistant.
Okay. Like Levin's assistant.
Instead of, she's a very pale, almost unnaturally pale elf. And so she basically changes her appearance to be dressed in sort of like the clothes of a sort of minor functionary. And she has like a darker, light caramel skin and auburn hair. Okay. But otherwise looks like an elf with her features.
Cool. Ta-da! Look at that.
I would love to look at it. I currently don't have the vision.
That's right. I have to pull all you guys onto the field.
The goggles, they do nothing.
1, 2, 3,
Ah.
4, 5, and 6. We all there?
This place is nice.
Yeah. So you guys are inside of the room. The as you can see, a little staircase in front of you with doors shut. You're inside what appears to be a nice lounge area. At some of the tables, there's like a book and some other papers over on this table over here. If you guys are exploring anymore, you'll see some alcohol and other drinkware on this side on the right. And over on the left, there's just like a nice little sitting area.
Fennec will head over to that table with the book and pick it up and start looking at it.
Okay.
I am not leaving Kate inside.
Same.
Oh, yes, we need to bring him in. Whoa,
Oh no, he's huge!
Yeah.
That short walk has buffed him up.
Oh, shit, what happened?
I'd be staying towards the back. Well, I don't know which way is the back. The staircase is the front right, so I'd be in the back.
Is there music playing on your guys' end? On the, through the computer, by the way, or?
No.
Through Kenku. I'm still hearing it.
No,
I'm hearing it.
Yeah,
You might
I'm
have
hearing
it turned down really low.
I can hear it.
Yeah.
In a second. Oh, wow. This whole time. Anyways, as you were.
Abstracting. Anyway, so, yeah, go ahead and move around the room. Feel free to explore a little bit if you'd like. I saw that you went over to go look at the book. Anyone else do anything in particular, or would we like to just move on to the next part of the scene?
Real quick, which entrance would we have come from? The north or the south?
The north, where the
Alright.
big door is opened over there.
Yeah, I definitely would be towards the entrance. Just scoping everything out. Do I see anything off about this place?
Over a cursory glance.
I'm just
If
gonna
you-
be very I'm not gonna really check because we're all together, so I'm not too on alert. But I'm still gonna be alright, just glancing over everything.
Okay. Which part are you? Where are you over at? You're just kind of in the middle of the room, looking around. You'll notice
Yeah,
most
at
of
the entrance when we just came in.
Yeah. So you'll see that looks like Mech and Fennec walked over to there to go over where the book and some newspaper stuff is. And then there's some art on the other side of the wall, big door with a staircase in front of you. And that's pretty much what that is.
Alrighty.
Yeah. What are the rest of y'all doing here? I'm just gonna delete.
Mech was going to go up to Fennec and just go up to him and be like, "Hey, so are you okay?"
What do you mean?
Well, we killed a whole bunch of goblins back there. Just making sure you're all right.
Oh, I'm fine. I know I am one, but it's no different than a human killing a human.
Okay, it's just nothing personal.
No, nope. They made their choice. I made mine. But also, remember, Tinhead, I wasn't raised like them. I am not them.
No, you're right. I understand. It's just I don't know if you ever had to be forced to kill a goblin before. I'm just making sure you're all right.
Feel like he's not gonna jump. He's just gonna as high up as he can reach to kind of as if he was gonna put his hand on his shoulder. I appreciate it. If always have my back. I'm good.
His elbow.
My thigh. My
His
thigh.
thigh. I know the look and everything, but I really am here to help people, and that kid needed our help. I've been victim to something terrible. I won't allow it to happen to anybody else.
You're right. That's good.
And I don't care what's in the way.
All right.
But I appreciate you checking in. Have you ever read this book? He's gonna hold it up. I don't even know what it is.
Yeah, there was like 3 of those in the library. It's a good ending, though. You should read it.
I plan on it. He's gonna put it in his pocket.
I'm gonna let him. I'm not gonna say nothing.
All right.
It's been
what
a
are
long day.
And the other 3. So we had Yami looking around the front. Those 2 are having a nice little chit chat.
How is Caden doing? I'm looking him over like now that are they already taking him back?
Well, no, not yet. They let you walk him into this nice little green lounge area and everything, and so he's now kind of like he's walking over to the area on your right over here, and is taking a seat on the couch. Why isn't it pinging instead? And is taking a seat over here. And he looks to kind of start relaxing a little bit, and he takes some of the water and starts like housing it down, like really just going at it. Some of it's spilling down the side of his mouth and everything.
Oh
yeah.
All right. And I am basically, for the time being, standing. Once he's kind of away and on his own, I take a step back, and my body language is all deference to Levin.
I'll whisper over to Saris. When they come in, heels together, shoulders back, air of confidence. We're dealing with nobles.
Right? Yes? They're stupid. They fall for that sort of thing.
It's keeping up appearances. This is going to be a back and forth.
Are you trying to convince me or yourself?
Little of both.
Alright.
And he's gonna cast a glance over towards Lance and see how he's holding up.
He's not really doing much. He's just biding his time, maybe like pulling out another cigar.
All right. And as you 2 finish and you glance over to Lance, he's, he's about to, light it up as you say. The 2 doors swing open over here, letting out a purple light apparently. And 2 familiar faces come walking down the stepway, and you hear the voice of Alden yell, "My boy, where is he?" And then the son seems to perk up, and he runs over to his father, and they give it a brace, and he's like, "Oh, my boy, I'm so happy to see you safe. You look absolutely filthy. We must get you cleaned up. Summon someone to go take him to the washroom and wash him, please. Take care of that Vashti." And he gives like a noble little bow down, and he then takes the boy around the corner and through the doorway over there. Basically, he walks around the room, though.
Mhm.
No. And the Al claps his hands together. He says, "I'm so thrilled you were able to retrieve him back. Tell me, was it any difficulty to find him?
I'm gonna bow my head and I'm gonna just basically cast a back glance towards Ceres.
I will, at that point, nod and step forward. On Sir Levin's behalf, just like to say that we were happy we could be of service. It was nothing within the realm of our experience that we could not handle.
Excellent to hear. I'm so thrilled to hear that. Now, come over with me. I'd like to pour you all a drink and discuss a brief matter with you real quickly.
At Levin, just like raises an eyebrow.
Come! Don't be a stranger. You've now helped me out so much. I'd like to thank you a little bit, at least.
Nods her head at that Levin, like, I can't go alone.
Levin's gonna nod a short whistle towards the three that have walked off, and he's gonna walk towards Alden.
And Ceres follows.
Yeah,
Right.
since I was in the back and seen everybody leaving, I would have called to the other two and motioned to follow.
Go on, Fenric. Game pace.
Alright.
Time to play polite.
And Sarah, is there like any sort of like a pitcher of water, glasses, or anything in this little cubicle?
Yes. And as you're thinking about that, he's actually pouring from a nice decanter a nice brown-looking liquid, and the smell of whiskey kind of starts emanating from it and picking up in your nose. He says, so who would like some? This is supposed to be one of the finest from the Brelands.
I think after today, we all deserve one.
I do too. I won't take no for an answer. He pours each of one of you guys a little glass and sets it onto the middle table there.
Levin will grab the glass, but he's not going to take a drink of it yet.
Okay.
Ceres
So-
will not reach for hers.
For the first time, Yami won't be suspicious and he's just gonna take it back. Appreciate it.
reach-
Good. Cheers! And he holds his glass up to clink with y'all, and he drinks a considerable amount from his own glass.
Yeah, I'm
Oh.
chugging my own glass
Wow, no.
completely.
I'll accept the cheers, but I'm not going to have any of the alcohol just yet.
Ceres like subtly slides her drink towards Yami, and just like, here you go.
And I will take that one back as well. And I'll like give her a lick. I'll give Cyrus like a little mini cheers, like a nod and raise the cup to her, and just take the whole thing.
She does the nod, but she maintains the servant/assistant persona, and just defers to everyone else.
So, Lord Alden, that business you were speaking of?
Yes. Well, I know that you all went through a lot of trouble to help me in this situation, and I was wondering if you could do me one slight favor more. And that would be to not mention my involvement in any of this business, as he kind of like swirls the whiskey in his glass. And if you could just keep my name and involvement out of this, I would be greatly appreciative of this help that you could provide.
Well,
Ceres,
discretion is important, but we are going to have to ask a couple of questions concerning the circumstances, if you don't mind.
Oh, by all means, I can only tell you what I know, though. If
And
it helps.
Saris would like to interject in a moment. It's like, yes, my lord, discretion is a service that we can provide.
And it wouldn't be something for free I would be asking you to do. And as he says this, Vishtai comes up behind you all and produces a small sack and puts it onto the table. I would hope that this would help keep your tongues and mouths quiet about this unfortunate business.
And she just, she picks it up and makes an obvious show of like letting everyone see that she has it, and slips it into like a pocket so that we can divvy it up later. But she just gives a polite nod to Alden and Vishni.
Now, is there something you needed to know? Because there's a little bit more information I can, of course, give you.
And what about this child needs to be kept on the quiet? Or the situation?
Levin's gonna roll his eyes.
Oh, I mean, I would hate for some people to hear about this whole unfortunate business and to think less of House Oren, and that we're involved in some sort of unscrupulous behavior with the Warforged and due to my son and everything.
Right, about that. So, do you have any information for any individuals that put you into this situation?
I do. And her name is Gara. She's quite a thorn in my side, as you can see. As he gives a more stern look now. He then finishes the glass of whiskey and starts pouring another. And he then starts pouring anyone else a glass if they would hold their cup out for him. You see, I was contacted by one of her associates. And then eventually I had the unfortunate business of meeting this half-ogre and having to talk to her directly. And she made me agree to this unfortunate arrangement that we had to settle into. I supply her Warforged workers, and she would not kill my son.
Thankfully, you're in a position to extricate yourself from such sordid business, my lord.
And I have you all to thank. And he holds his glass up for a cheers in the air, and then takes a good swallow of it.
Indeed.
So you sold the Warforged for what?
To work in the mines.
So they wouldn't kill his son.
That sounds pathetic. I don't want none of your gold. Keep it.
Very well, but you should know I didn't steal the Warforged. They were contracted to do this business.
They didn't look contracted when we were there.
Yes, unfortunately, Sean has a practice of making bad deals.
Yummy, the Treaty of Thronehold is not that far along. Only recently were Warforged seen as people. They are still considered second-class citizens at best.
Now,
I don't think so.
Your opinion doesn't matter in light of the entire city is still adapting.
Well, good. My opinion matters now.
Well, it will matter at some point. They will get their rights and everything. I hope that they do in some ways. But that will have to be settled by people than me. See, I didn't have them sign into the contracts, quite frankly. That I just gave Gara the leads on it and provided them a face-to-face meeting and with her counterparts who did all the dirty business of signing the contracts. It's not like she or I would personally go out and meet these folk and round them up and put them into work.
That said, we are probably going to have to follow up on all of this business, and we will have to convince the workers to act discreetly with regards to what went on. We might have to grease a few palms towards that end.
Oh, I wouldn't worry too much about them. I barely even was involved with that, but you might be right. Vishnu, make sure that we do something about that. He gives like a little bow of his head to his lord. But I can also maybe provide you with some other information, if you would be inclined to help me solve this Gara problem a little more directly.
And what would you have us do towards that end?
Well, I know where she tends to hide out at. She's in an apartment over in the Terminus district. Over where the lightning rail is. Nearby there.
Which district?
Terminus.
And if, maybe you would like to go over to her apartment and see what's going on. Again, maybe if you were to do so, some fortune would be found for you.
Maybe.
And of course, I think the city would be greatly better off without her going about and doing all this business.
Mech's gonna chime in like, no, you are correct. Looking at the other ones, we should go and maybe ask this person a few questions.
Splendid! I greatly appreciate that, if you would. And he kind of like puts his hands on his knees and stands up. Now, is there anything else you would need to know from me? Vishti, can you write down where for them to go? I'd like to go see my son and make sure he's doing all right.
That said, considering that he's been gone for some time, you may want to get one of the doctors over at the... Well, you know how to handle that.
Yes, but thank you for the reminder. I greatly appreciate you all looking out for him. If you need, feel free to have a little bit of a rest here. Help yourselves to some drink. There's some reading material if you'd like in the other room. And he looks over at Lance and says, and there might be some cigars in the other part of the parlor. But if there's nothing else, I will leave you all to it.
By your leave, then.
Thank you. And I trust that what we discussed will be adhered to. And with that, he walks out of the room. Vishtai lingers for a moment, and he puts out an envelope onto the table. And then he heads through the doorway and closes it behind him.
Levin's gonna go to the table and pick up the letter.
Right. If you open it up, you notice that it contains the address to Gara's apartment. And, well, that's really all that's in the letter, quite frankly.
Levin's gonna place his still full glass on the table, and he's gonna go back to the couch, and he's just going to sit. So, short break, and then we follow up.
How much of this do we really want to keep from Sergeant Vilroy? I mean, talking to Gara might give us more of the answers we need. We could leave most of this out.
With discretion, we have a lead. We're going to follow up, and the Alden is secured for the time being. So, good news.
This doesn't seem like the person we would want to stir the pot with, as they say.
He's a dragon-marked scion. It's probably better that we don't make a fuss about it.
So after Gara, we'll report what we find and we'll leave this out. Are we all okay with that?
That said, we do have to at least inform Vilroy.
I'm good with
Should we talk to Gara first?
I think we talk to Gara, see what we can find out, and make our next.
What are we informing Vilroy? Just most of it we have to leave out.
Like I said, Alden is safe. We're following a lead.
It's easy enough to explain to Vilroy. We found out about a potentially illegal mining operation. We went down, we freed the Warforged. They mentioned Garo as the point of hire. We went to talk to this Garo person, and whatever we find carries on from there.
Fair enough. Just want to make sure everybody was on the same page.
So, as I've said before, short break and then we go report.
Sounds good. Well, what time of day is it, actually?
It's 3:30 p.m.
Apologies. Okay. We still got time.
I actually have been keeping a bit of track of it for you all. If you would like to take a short rest, then an hour would pass, just by the way.
I would take a short rest. I'm okay with that. Take a nice little breather. Can use some hit dice.
Take a load off your knees.
Oh, yeah.
We're damaged in the fall.
Real quick, just to divvy things up, we were given something, and Ceres took possession of it.
You want to look it over now? She will pull out the little pouch of money and hand it over to Levin.
And I'm just going to give it a once-over to do a quick count to see what's in it.
It's about 50 gold in there.
Levin's going to roll his eyes.
That's inconvenient math.
That's true.
Seems very cheap for a child.
And you said 50 gold?
For a Dragon Mark child, too.
Gold, by the way, was for your silence.
Mm-hmm.
He may have mentioned that a bigger reward would be coming for you when Vishrei first talked to you guys. However, that can't be produced just out of the blue, if you catch my drift.
Yeah. Short version, 50 gold amongst 6 players. That's going to be 8 apiece with 2 left over.
Let's
Johnny's not accepting this because he's not buying my silence. I'm not accepting that gold.
We can bump it to 60 to make the math easy. That won't be too much of a trouble.
No, you can keep it 50. Yami doesn't want this gold. I didn't accept the agreement.
You?
All right.
You still helped with the child.
Yeah, but my character wouldn't accept something so petty.
Fair enough. Here you go,
Yami,
Frederick.
it's remuneration for services rendered.
Dude,
With
you're
a promise
making a
of-
stupid mistake. You're gonna make enemies with people you don't want.
I'm not.
No, Yami.
I just don't. That's just my stance.
Yami.
I'm not gonna buy my silence. I mean, I'm not gonna talk about it, but I'm not accepting that agreement.
So instead, you're gonna do the. So,
Yami,
Mom,
take some of the gold because you're going to have expenses throughout whatever you do for your business.
if I may, Salaman, Yami. So instead of taking money and taking something from the dragon marked houses for the dipshittery, you're gonna do them a solid and give them a freebie?
Well, I mean, it's a don't ask, don't tell. I'm not gonna talk about it. But if they ask about it, I'm
It's
gonna
not-
definitely tell them about it.
It's not blood money.
Mm.
We saved a child.
Only gets you so far in life.
And where we're going, having a few extra gold pieces may come in a little bit of fucking handy.
You were paid to save a
Fine.
child, not to be quiet.
Fine. And I'm gonna put it in those terms.
Besides, spend it on Fennec.
Yep.
All right. So Levin's going to take 8 gold out of the pile, and he's going to pass the pouch around.
8 apiece.
Are we
with
doing the
2
8 or the 10?
10.
We'll just
Yeah.
do 10. This was make it even.
Let's just make it even and easy math for y'all. I'm sure that, considering all things, he wouldn't have split it up in such an odd way with 6 people in it.
He's
So-
rich enough to spot it, yes.
Yeah.
Please, his assistant got that for us.
10 each.
I feel like we could have gotten more, but I didn't want to press my luck.
Oh, you should have asked me. I would have pressed my luck.
If we wanted more, we should have haggled it at the start.
That's fair.
Besides, saving a child and having a secret on a high official is worth more than money.
It's true.
Just rolls her eyes. This isn't gonna be blackmail for them.
And I'm
Just
not
an-
about to make an enemy out of House Orion.
Oh no, that's not my intentions. It's just he understands we have an ally.
Well, don't try to insinuate otherwise.
Fair enough.
Dragon Mark castles aren't above assassinations.
Levin is going to cut a look towards Lance.
And, like, this is Sean. The same fifth. He can spend less money to pay someone to silence us if we become inconvenient.
Well, that said, Levin's going to get up, if I'm assuming at the end of the short rest. Well, it's about time we left.
How do I roll my hit die?
On Foundry, you click on your character sheet, and there should be a little rest icon on your character portrait.
Ah, there we go. Short rest. I see it. Oh, nice. Alright. I'm out of all my resources now.
And as you guys are wrapping up your rest
Is
and
there a way
everything,
to have it to where it won't roll hit die on short rest?
I believe so, yeah.
Oh, you just hit rest and don't click roll, right?
Yeah, just hit for short rest, and any abilities that you have a recharge on a short rest would come back.
Yep.
So things like Action Surge if you were at a relevant level.
And as you guys are resting and everything, and you go to exit the building, Vishtai comes up to you all and says, "Now, be on the lookout for a correspondence from us. We will be able to then fully pay you for your services very shortly. It should be about a day or so for us to put everything together for you."
I'll relay the address to my apartment.
Ah, thank you, sir. It's been a pleasure to see you all back in good health. We hope that the accommodations here were to your liking.
Thank you for your hospitality.
You're welcome. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon.
And
Does
Levin's
he-
gonna make his way out.
Theirs will follow.
Your disguised self would be dropping it around now, I believe.
Yep. And she'll pull up her hood. On her cloak.
Alright. And you guys walk up the estate, And as you guys are moving along one of the tall, like, cross bridges that go over the top of the city, you notice a large kind of boat-like object that's flying into the air pull up next to the side of you all. And as it pulls up, you see a little door swing open, and you hear a familiar voice say, "Need a lift?" And you see Sergeant Vilroy inside of the carriage. And with that, everybody, we'll go ahead and end for the night. You will also all be leveling up.
Yay!
Hey,
Congratulations. You've gotten a little bit stronger. You've gotten a little bit of gold in your pocket.
I
And
get spells.
We'll leave it with you guys having Vilroy come up to you all in this nice little carriage. I hope you all had a fun time getting the little
Do we edit our
goblin
sheets
fight
now,
going.
or should we wait until long rest until we do that for the actual leveling?
So 1 second. Has the stream moved out, by the way, or no? Because I would say go ahead and level up now. And then we will call it there. So feel free to hit the level up and everything else. Do that business. Because I have no problem.
How are we handling hit points? Are we rolling or taking average?
your choice.
Yes, I believe it is your choice to do which one you like. And with that, everybody, you can all say goodnight to the rest of the audience.
Good night, audience.
Adios.
Good night, all.
Not everybody.
Night.
2, 1.